What's up, YouTube? Bubbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Hot stove, hot topic on this Friday, March 5th. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Hope y'all had a good Friday. Hope your week is over. If it's not, hope you, don't have to work or work too much this weekend. And I hope everybody has a great weekend out there. So tonight's topic is obviously something that's been going on pretty much all week. Obviously, we know, I believe it was Monday, PSA raised their prices. And that caused a lot of uproar. And so today, the company that I prefer, the company that I use, which is SGC, they released an update. They gave some information, and they have changed their prices. And, I know videos are already out there. I know people are already talking about it. I'm a little late to the party, but that was for a reason. I kind of wanted to see the reaction from people in my group, look at some, thoughts from other people, other YouTube channels, other Facebook groups, that sort of thing. And I wanted to see kind of what the reaction was and then give, my feelings on it. Obviously I am an SGC supporter. I do use them. And, nobody likes anything when it goes up. And there's going to be some that understand and get it. There's going to be some that absolutely despise it and, say all the negatives. There's going to be some that may go elsewhere. It's sticker shock. It's no different than if you go to the gas pump and gas is $1.69 one day and you go the next day and it's $2.25. You're like, what the hell is going on, right? Now, last year, early last year, SGC was at $10 a card. Obviously, things happened. PSA shut down for a while. BGS shut down for a while. SGC got slammed, but at the time, people were gaining interest in using SGC. Obviously, then when the two other big three shut down, everybody rushed to SGC. And then they got criticized. I get Peter's interview. It came out in a way that a lot of people used against him. But the man promised that turnaround times would be of utmost importance. They got behind. He got back on at a later date, said, look, I admit we got our ass handed to us. He did the best he could to scale the office, to scale the staff, all of that stuff. And over time, we started seeing the turnarounds get better. But during that whole period, it was, just massive criticism, right? Even though PSA has been backed up for years, Beckett doesn't really say much of anything. This was SGC. Peter went public, and people roasted him for it. Now, they have zero backlog. It took them, let's just call it, 10 months maybe, to clear out a massive avalanche that got thrown on them. In the year 2020, when everything from the amount of people and interest in sports cards rose to, obviously you had to have social distancing restrictions and all of that stuff, they did what they said they were going to do. They knocked the damn backlog out. They made adjustments. They scaled the office. They scaled the staff. They adjusted the price a little bit. They took away the 10-day turnaround. That all of this stuff that was causing some issues, causing them to get behind. They stuck to it. They worked 6 days, probably 7 days. I don't know for sure, but They worked their ass off. They busted it out. They got the backlog to 0. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know of any other company out there except maybe the new kids on the block that could even remotely say that. And I think it's time, because of as much criticism that was brought up, to start giving them the recognition and look at the bigger picture of what they were able to accomplish. They could have threw in the towel and said, hey, we're going to be like the rest of these guys, and just not care. Just keep sending us your stuff. We'll keep taking our time. We won't increase our staff. We won't increase our space. Whatever. And then they could have went ahead and said, okay, we're going to raise our prices, but we're not going to do anything else about it. Your shit's going to sit here for months upon months upon months. So I give them a lot of credit. I know people are going to say, yeah, but you praise them for everything. No, I'm being realistic here. They did what they promised they would do. And so, anyway, obviously, we'll go here to card grading. We'll go and look at the prices. It's up at $25 a card now. They have changed this now back to 20 to 25 estimated business days. There was a statement in there that if they cannot, if the demand starts coming in too much, then they may have to adjust that again. I know that's not what they want to do, but they don't want to get the criticism again. They want to provide the service that they promised. So, hopefully, with the lessons they learned, hopefully with the expansions they've done, hopefully with the staff they have, that experience and all of that, they can get, keep knocking it out of the ballpark. But you can see here it's 25, 35, 85, and it goes on up based on value. I will say there is several group submitters out there. We are one of them. We were able to get a group bulk rate. I don't know what all of the submitters are offering. I can only speak on ours. But we are going to offer $20 per card. And I know that sounds like a lot considering our old rate, and I don't know what everybody's old rate was, but our old rate was $8.50 per card, but the standard rate was $10. So you were only saving $1.50 per card. We're going to offer $20 a card now, so you'll be saving $5 per card. And, I think if they can keep churning out these turn times and everything, people can love them or hate them, but, and I've heard, people saying, but the values aren't as good. Well, guys, things change. Things can rapidly change in the matter of days sometimes. There's a huge advantage here. SGC is a top 3 company. They're not, I know a lot of people are liking the new companies. That's fine. It's everybody's opinion. But they are a top 3 established company. They've actually been around, I'm pretty certain, longer than BGS. So they're known. And now you have an option of getting your cards back faster. I guess Prism's going to be coming up soon. I know people are saying, I would never send Prism to SGC. But guess what? I remember 2019, everybody that was pulling Zions and stuff were flooding them down to BGS because they knew for a fact that they could get them back from BGS faster than they could PSA. And you might say, but the PSA is going to sell for more. People don't care about that on the initial release because you're still going to make more than if you sold that card raw. Now SGC is giving you that option. You can send in the new release. They can knock that card out, get it back to you. You're putting it up for sale, and you're making more than you would raw. That's a huge advantage. You're also putting that market value out there. You know, when people were selling the Zion BGSs, people then knew, okay, what is a Gem Mint Zion going for? Or what is that BGS 10 Pristine Zion going for? We can do that now with SGC and allow SGC to establish, like in my video last night, that SGC market value. And instead of us being behind the trail and saying, but a PSA 10 is selling for this, and my SGC 10 isn't selling for that, well, now the PSA people have to say, well, the SGC sold for this, so what am I going to get for my PSA 10? So it kind of flips the script a little bit, and that's huge. People don't understand the importance of that. Especially, I know SGC folks are a lot of collector-minded people, myself included. So I get when they're not realizing the importance of that because they are a collector. They don't plan to open a pack, get a hit of a hot rookie, sending it off, selling it, flipping it, whatever the case may be, right? They want to collect it. I understand there's a lot, you know, vintage is known for SGC, and baseball is a very big part of that vintage aspect, and there's a lot of baseball collectors in SGC. The baseball market is going to get hit a bit because at the new rate, as we know, you don't have tons of rookies that are going to be selling for the value that would constitute the price of the grading. So I completely get where some people are kind of really sticker shocked and be like, well, that's absurd because they like their Topps flagship rookies. And you might get, what, 1, 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky guys who are pretty hot, you know, that you could constitute the grade value versus the market resale value. But people try to send in everybody to get ahead. And that's where you're going to have to be more particular and think ahead on, you know, maybe not so much prospecting, but maybe, you know, think, okay, I like this guy and this guy. I think they're going to do really well. You know, keep up with what they did in the minors and watch them in spring training. You know, that sort of thing. Instead of just flooding out, you know, everybody because it has that rookie card logo on it, because that can burn you. I'm not doubting that one bit. So it's just something to think about. Now, in comparison, I want to go through, and I have tabs open for all of the grading companies. I don't think I'm missing anybody. I want to compare them all. I'm going to start with the big three and just kind of give an overview of why, you know, people can say what they want. FCC had to raise the bar. They had to raise the price because, or you know, if they didn't, like I said, love them or hate them, people were going to start flooding the cards down there, and they were going to get in the same position. It was kind of a defensive mechanism, and with PSA's price increase, I would almost bet that FCC didn't want to go to the price they did. They kind of had to protect themselves from getting swarmed again. Now, there are a couple new players in the game since last year when they got swarmed. That could help a little bit. So we'll see how it goes, but I wanted to get this out there. I want to show all of the companies and just kind of, you know, compare. So we got SGC here. We talked about them. We talked about my thoughts. I think this is going to be great. Trust me, I don't like paying for more for something either, but I understand it. And that's what has to happen. Whether we like it or hate it, we have to at least understand it. And we need to start giving them a little bit more credit. You know, after all that criticism, sometimes you have to say, hey, you guys, that's pretty impressive, you know? So just think about that a bit. Now, we'll go over to PSA because they are the ones that also changed their prices. I believe it was Monday. You can see here, where's it at? Well, this is enough to show right here. So you do have the value. You got vintage, modern, ultra modern trading cards. 20 on everything except ultra modern. It's 25. You also have to have the membership, which I believe the only one is available is the silver at $99 for a year. So you got to add that up in here as well. Figure in another $100 to even be able to get these rates. And then of course they have, where did it go? I think it's on this one. So they have this completed through date now. So if you go down here and you look at this ultra modern, they're only completed through July, guys. July 13th. We are now in March, so 8 months, and now SGC has 0 backlog, so huge factor there. You even look up here because this right here, economy at 50, which is twice as much as what SGC is offering. Keyword, not available. And then you go over here to the first standard rate, whatever you want to call it. It's their regular service. It has this little red flag. Turnaround times impacted. $100 a card. You go down here, Express. Turnaround times impacted. $150 a card. And then you come down here. Regular is in November. So once again, you're 5 months there. Express, you're roughly, January to February, you're 2 months there. So, I guess if you want 2 month turnaround, you could pay $150 per card. But anyway, to each their own. But I just want to share this with everybody so there's a scope and a view of everything. Over here on Beckett, for BGS, you got economy at approximately 8+ months. You got standard at approximately 5+ months. You do have express and premium, which is 10 to 15 business days or 5 to 10 business days. And then you go over here to compare that pricing. Obviously, not many people really deal with the subgrades, but if you want, you could get no subs, economy, $20 per card. Again, 8+ months if you really want to wait for it. Subs, you're going to pay $35 a card. Standard, no subs, 30. With subs, 50. You're looking at 5+ months. And then if you go up here, again, you're getting to that 100, 150, 125, 250 range to get any kind of semblance of, a 20-day or less type turnaround. So, once again, 5-8 months here. Nothing in comparison, on what I am expecting. And trust me, I'll eat crow. I'll say I'm wrong if they, in fact, get backed up again. But I don't believe it's going to happen. So now we'll go to GMA, another one that's been around for a while. Another one that people talk about, oh, well, we can go with GMA. And sure, you can go with GMA. But then when you get into the market value and the accuracy and grading and all that stuff, I don't know much about GMA. I'm not going to bash the guys. Personally, just from the negative aspect of it and the way people talk about them, I don't think they're a viable option just because, we want to compare SGC, values. You're really, going to struggle then with these. I guess it might depend on what you're sending, and if you're just wanting your card protected or whatever, I could understand it. But I'm not going to go that route, and I don't suggest people going that route, but I'll show you what they got just to be fairness. So Their economy is 90 plus business days, which I find this interesting because they have a plus on everything right here. 90 plus, 25 plus. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, it says update. Our current tournament is blah, blah, blah. We'll be adjusting turnaround times periodically. But then, I think it was this one right here. All our turnaround times are guaranteed from the times the card are received. So, they're actually contradicting themselves. They say it's guaranteed turnaround times. But then when you go over here, they sit here and say, oh, well, we're working diligently, but we'll be adjusting them. And there's this little plus factor. So I don't know how you can guarantee something when you have a plus next to it, but whatever. That's not what this is about. So economy is 10 per or 8 per if you send them over 100 cards. And that's again, 90 plus business days. Standard is 12 per or 10 per if you send them over 100. That's 25 plus days. And then the Gold Express, as they call it, is $20 per or 18 per if you send 100 plus. So, I mean, if you want to go that route, you could save $5 a card. If you're submitting yourself, if you're doing with a group, I mean, hell, we can offer you $20 per card. It might be a little bit longer than 10 business days. I don't know yet. Until SGC gets flowing on this new pricing and everything, and we see how much stuff comes in. We can't gauge right yet what the turnaround is going to be. I know several people in my group yesterday posted their stuff went to post grading in 4 business days. That's just insane to think about. But I'm not going to sit here and say you're going to get your stuff done in 5 days with SGC. I'm going to say we're going to see where they're at. We're going to see how well they keep slamming and, knocking that ball out of the ballpark. And I am excited for it. So, all right. So that's GMA stuff. Next, I'm going to go over here to CSG. They are, probably, I guess, the newest out of everybody. And I want to show you here, their prices are, it says 60 days for bulk. It's a 50 card minimum, 8 per card, but it is a max of $100 value. Then you got 15 at 40 days, $25 is 25 days. So even the new guy, the newest kid out there or new company out there, they're saying 25 days SGC, just to show y'all back over here, 20 to 25 days, at the same price. The same price, guys. And yes, I know people saying, well, CSG is reputable because, CGC and all that. I get that, but this is a new part of that company. They're new to market. We don't really know how they're doing with grading the sports cards. So keep that in mind. But I also want to go down here because I'm pretty certain that it's going to be a similar situation where if they hold a value, it's going to be within the subgrades. Now, you're going to pay $10 more to get those subgrades, and then the turnaround is 5 more working days from what they have listed here. And that is only one a la carte item to add. There is so many things that can stack up on you. There's something up here, a handling fee per submission form. What is that about? If I'm sitting here filling out the online submission, then they're going to charge me $5. Or if I send a paper form, they're going to charge me $10. That's stuff we got to pay attention to. We can't just be like, oh, they're $8 a card, great. Because there's so much added stuff here that you really have to look at. So anyway, that just wanted to show that, their prices are basically kind of in line with what others are doing. And then you also have the other company that a lot of people are talking about. I don't know much about them because I really don't have a whole lot of interest in them. I know a lot of people like the new Flip and the colors and all of that stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of things and just I've been kind of speculative on what they said about the grading and the way they're doing it and all of that. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me that some company out of left field from nowhere comes in and has this new technology that none of the other companies that have been around for 20 plus years have put into place, and that it can be accurate and the greatest thing ever and all of that. I just didn't see it happening, man. I mean, what did PSA just sell for? Like $1 billion almost? You can't tell me they didn't have the money already to, if there was something even remotely available to invest in that to not only help their time, but, accuracy. I don't know. That's not what this is about. I'm not bashing this company either. I'm sharing their submission information, but I'm being transparent and saying I don't know everything about it. I just know what it says right here. And I know that they restrict how many cards or whatever. But it looks like, 60 business days is going to cost you $20. Once again, SGC's at that 20 to 25 at $25 on the business days. You come over here, 30 business days is $35. And then, they have this scaling system where if you send more, you get a better rate or whatever. 10 days is 55 or 50 or 45, which I'm thinking this is the one where you have to go into some waiting room and hope that it's like waiting at the DMV and hoping your number's called or something. I don't know how it works. And then there's a 2 business day one where it's $100 per card. Again, new company, basically right on par with what SGC is charging. They've been around for years, guys. They're known. Just think realistically for a moment. I think the biggest thing is the fact all grading, it doesn't matter who you use out there now, grading has increased, card prices have increased, card popularity has increased, and it had to be done. You can't sit, you can't park a food truck and put, 10-cent hot dogs when there's another food truck next to you with $10 hot dogs and not think that you're not going to sell out. It's just the facts of it. They had to be competitive in pricing or else they were going to get slammed again. They're not a new company. They're not how many times do you hear SGC's got very accurate and strict grading? How many times do you hear the tux looks amazing? It's time to just, think about it in a realistic manner instead of just looking at that and, give them their credit, guys. I really think they deserve it. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I will get on a little bit later this evening and do a live so I can chat with you guys. I hope y'all can watch this. Give me your opinions. Post the comments below. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. Share the video. If you're interested in the group subs or anything, hit us up on the link that's in the frame at the bottom. Facebook.com/group/baubles and ball cards. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. And again, I appreciate all of you. And I'm just wanting to have some fun, guys. I'm happy to get, be able to get the subs back rolling again. Know where we're at with everything. And it's fun. It's fun doing the previews, the reveals, all of that stuff. Seeing you guys get some awesome stuff back. I want some PC stuff slabbed up. So really excited for that. And I hope you guys are as well. But anyway, until the next video, guys, please, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.